everybody. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been rocking with your girls, welcome back to Seriously Podcast. I'm Mary.
I'm Brittany.
For those who've been with us for a minute now, you guys know that we recap digital series. We've been doing it for 5 years consecutively, but we want to try something different and use what the kids call old school. We're doing a show that's on television. I don't know if you guys remember that.
What is that? What is that? I'm so used to watching stuff on my laptop.
Yeah, my laptop is my TV.
But we had to do it. We said let's switch it up a little bit. It's kind of a full circle moment for us because Insecure, if you know, it started off as Awkward Black Girl, which was a show that really connected me and my girl Mary here and really like showed us the love of web series and introduced that world to us, which prompted us to start our podcast. It's a full circle moment. So now Awkward Black Girl is now Insecure, which is now on HBO. So even though it's not a digital series per se, we said let's show us some love. It's the final season, so we had to do it.
Yeah, of course. New show, different format, same mess. You guys know what comes with us.
Yeah, but for the people who don't know, because I know we got some new viewers, because now we're on Black Oak TV. So, hey, y'all, welcome.
Hey, guys.
Hey, welcome. So, here at Seriously Podcast, we like to have fun. We like to drag characters by their wigs, by their necks. We let it all out. We have a lot of fun. We peep everything. Everything that you're peeping, we peeped it already. And we're going to say it. We're going to call it out. And so we have to. This is what we're here for. So we share our questions, comments, and concerns on all digital series and now some TV series. We just recap it and let us, we talk about what happened in the episode and share our questions, comments, and concerns and have a lot of fun. And a lot of tea. Give a lot of tea. And give some exclusives too.
Oh, yeah. We love a good exclusive.
Always. So let's get into Insecure season 5, episode 1. Before we get into the episode, let's maybe do like a little recap of the last 4 seasons. What went down? What are we expecting for this season? And more. Okay?
Yeah, please. It's been 2 years.
Yes. That's crazy. It's been a minute. After season 4, we could just start off with Issa. She had her man, season 1, Lawrence. Him and her were together for 5 years. They both kind of neglected the relationship, neglected each other. He wasn't his full potential self. She was kind of just going with the flow, not really telling him what was wrong for him to maybe fix it. Because I feel like that was the type of guy he was. Like, if you really told him, he would have fixed it. He was down and out of work, had a dream. She just wasn't there mentally in the relationship, and she cheated. She cheated on him with Daniel, and Daniel was somebody from her past. That's bad business. Then her and Daniel kind of got into something. She was sleeping on his couch. It got a little messy. It was just not a good look all around. Lawrence got himself together, got a good job, got himself on track, and I felt like they kind of grew apart separately for them to come together, okay? They needed that time apart to grow.
Yeah.
Are you Team Lawrence?
No, I never was.
Never was Team Lawrence.
Never was Team Lawrence. Sorry, guys.
Team Lawrence, it's a Lawrence hive out there.
I noticed, but I never really cared for Lawrence. When he came back, I said, "Why are you here?"
What did you forget something, sir?
Can we help you?
I remember when he came back, it was kind of like, oh my God. I started rewatching a little bit, and while they broke up, Issa also got involved with the guy named Nathan, and I like Nathan.
Yeah, I like Nathan.
Yeah. But he ghosted her, which was bad luck.
None of them are perfect. Lawrence, he smashed this woman, Tasha, that was always in his face, showing her assets. She knew what she wanted, but I think at some point after Issa and Lawrence broke up, like, he was kicking it with Tasha, and she was trying to become a girlfriend. He said, whoa, pump your brakes.
Yes, but he also led her to, because at first their relationship was still like, oh, we just chilling, we just having sex. But he led it to believe that it was something more. So then she was like, oh, if it's something more, then let's do it. And he was like, whoa. He was like, okay. She said, you're an F-boy disguised as a nice guy. Something like that. That was her line. Because you don't want to be mean or rude, but you're leading me on. And you mess with my head. You're a jerk.
So he has communication issues. It's been there for some time. Nathan came into the picture, like you said, and I liked Nathan, although he did ghost her, but it was for, to get his mental together. That does happen. Issa's not
Yeah.
perfect at all, but I remember she did go a little crazy looking for him.
A little. She showed up to his house in pajamas and started snooping through his computer, thinking his password was Issa. Ma'am. And that, like, a guy ghosts you. It hasn't happened in a while because, we do the ghosting here at Seriously Podcast.
We're growing.
We're growing. But when it does happen, you kind of get into your head like, what went wrong? What did I say? You start scrolling back. Every time your phone rings, you think it's him. It's not. But it's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He has some mental health issues, and that's real.
Yeah, of course. I think she was going through like a change in her career. She wanted to start this like block party organization. That's when Nathan like popped back up, right? Like to encourage her.
He did a little bit before the block party started taking off. He popped up saying, he went to Houston and everything. But she told him that she just needed time because at that point she was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna focus on me. And sometimes you just have to do that. Like these relationships can be distractions. And if you don't have yourself together, you can't be the best version of yourself in a relationship. So she said, let me just focus on this block party, focus on me. She got her apartment together. She was like, it's all about me. Then she had the block party. And the thing about it also, Nathan was really supportive of her dreams and her block party. He was like her number one fan.
Yeah, whenever she had doubts, he was always there like, you got this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then fast forward, her and Lawrence had kind of got back together.
For whatever reason, yeah.
They grew and they said, let's do this thing. And she had to break the news to Nathan, and he felt away, of course, because, he wanted to be all in with her, but Lawrence kind of took over. Fast forward some more, and Lawrence got a woman named Canola Oil pregnant.
That's not her name. Her name
What is her name? But I thought it was condolences. So it's something around that. Yeah. But she's pregnant. She's pregnant right now, and it's big. It's a big thing.
The character Molly, who everyone has a love-hate relationship with.
Right now is hate. I think season 4, she was dragged through the mud.
I think she's been dragged through the mud every single season because she's always been like judgmental, almost borderline entitled. She overthinks a lot, and she ruins good things for herself, especially with the men. Especially.
Yes. She is like a lot of women in the world where they kind of self-sabotage relationships and kind of act like that is, I'm just doing what's best for me. I ain't got time. But just like, girl, is it the best for you, or are you just making excuses to not be, happy? Which is something that Issa said to her in season 4. Issa asked Molly, why, it seems like you don't want to be happy. You're always finding a problem. Aren't you tired? I feel like you're tired. And I feel like that line took Molly for a loop, and she shut down with the relationship. Like, you gonna say that to me?
In the last season, she was dating Asian Bay, aka Andrew, right? That's his name?
That's his name.
When they first met, she was not seeing it for him because he is not. And she was just like, I don't understand interracial love. What is that? But, he wooed her in some way. It seemed like that was like the best relationship she had. But again, she self-sabotaged. And so he was just like, I can't.
You said
this has
God
to
bless.
end. I'm not the one for you. I'm so sorry.
Andrew was I think he was her longest relationship too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for real. And I feel like Andrew tried. Like, I think she saw him slipping away at multiple points, and she was like, okay, what can I do to switch it? And I think he began to mentally check out. And once you mentally check out of a relationship, there's no coming back.
Yeah, there's no coming back. Because I remember at some point she was like putting work before the relationship, and he was patient. He would still stay over and then like just fall asleep on her couch. The last straw was like she ordered food that he did not want, and he had specifically asked for something else, and she was just like, yeah, but I know, like, I know you wanted that, but like I thought this would be better. And he was just like, this ain't working.
This ain't it. This ain't it. And that whole thing last season with him, Molly, and his brother, that was something too
Yeah,
that kind of was like, okay. Mentally, he was taking mental notes.
he
Like,
was
I
taking
can't do it.
mental notes.
And at that point, Molly and Issa were also on a thin line, and I don't think he liked how she handled that as well. When
Yeah, I see
Molly
it.
and
I
Issa,
see all the moves that you're making, and I'm not
like, this is not gonna work. But I wish you all the best of luck, and
making it.
we're gonna separate here. So she's going through it. I just love how they're showing how much friendships can be affected. Like, just how, TV shows talk about, oh, breaking up relationships, but friendships you can break up too, and that's really, you just drift apart from certain people that you thought was going to be in your life forever, you don't even talk to anymore. And
Yeah.
it's crazy to see like how that happened. It just happens so easily. So they're best friends, but they're going through it right now.
I think it's because they're each growing individually, or like one is growing more than the other. In this case, Issa, as opposed to Molly. Molly kind of like has stayed the same for a while, and Issa is like, I would say she's more vocal about like her opinions and stuff like that, and she's doing all that. She's having all these changes, like her career and the men that she's with. Molly has been just getting away with the way she's been behaving for so long, and Issa hasn't really said anything to her. So when she finally did, to Molly, that was like, girl, who the hell you talking to like that?
Right. You just got yourself together. So how are you coming at me?
Right.
Like, Molly's not used to Issa being successful
Yeah.
or like going after what she wants.
I think she just got so comfortable with her being the main person in the group that has like the penthouse apartment, and like, she's a lawyer. She has like the career, the everything that everyone aspires to have when they're in like their 30s. And Issa for a long time was just like figuring it out.
Yeah, just going with the flow. But I also want to say with Issa, I feel like she didn't really communicate with Molly. Like, I feel like there were certain times in season 4 where Molly was actually trying to, like, okay, let's actually talk about this. Let's try to mend. It's clear that there's something wrong here. We're
Mm-hmm.
off. So let's talk about it. Like, Molly said, let's talk on Thanksgiving. Issa decided to skip on that. Like, she didn't
Maybe
want to
she
talk to her.
tired of like the same thing over and over again. Like, we're gonna have this conversation, you're gonna say the same thing, then you're gonna go back to the way you've been behaving. So it's like this
But they never
cycle,
had
and
the conversation.
I'm just making stuff up. I honestly don't know.
Joe,
I'm just assuming.
how she debating me with no facts?
No facts at all. That's how I do things.
Welcome to Seriously Podcast. We're just gonna talk. But all in all, their relationship is trembling. They had a big falling out at the block party. That was wrong, Molly. Don't do that. This is my place of work.
And for
You're
Molly
complaining
to be
crazy.
the most professional of the group, I didn't understand why she was so gung ho about Issa going around her back to talk to Andrew, because she really needed an artist for her event. Like, girl, if you don't want to ask your man, I have a mouth of my own. I'm gonna ask him my damn self. Step
She asked
aside.
Nathan, right? So, and that I didn't see a problem with her asking Nathan to ask him because it didn't go through Molly. You said you didn't want to ask him because y'all were going through something and whatever. But I think Molly's whole point is, which I understand from her, is like, we haven't talked in X amount of days, and when you finally do talk to me, it's to ask for a favor. It's like, what are you just bypass? You don't care about my feelings or our friendship. That's what I got, and I get that from Molly.
Yeah, I get that from her, but I guess in that moment for Issa, like, this was so important to her, such a big thing for her to just like get her event up and running, that like we're gonna have to put this friendship to the side real quick. Like, I need to focus on this event. I love you, sis, I do, but like this is extremely important to me right now. So can you help me or not?
I don't fault Issa. Like, Molly shouldn't have been mad that she went through Nathan. So I don't know what's going to happen with Molly and Issa. I hope that they can fix it because I really like their friendship. But sometimes you go apart from people, and that's okay. It's okay. Because I can tell you, I have best friends that I don't even talk to anymore from back in the day. It happens.
And it's sad because like those are like the longest relationships that you've had. Like, no
Yeah.
matter how many men you date, like they're still there. They're like almost a part of you. Like they've
Yeah.
watched you grow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's see what happens. We're jumping into season 5 now, episode 1, titled Reunited. Okay. We jump ahead 2 months since, the fallout, the block party, Lawrence and Issa getting back together, and him telling her that Condoleezza Rice is pregnant with his baby. The girls are all headed to their alma mater, Stanford University. I don't know why, but I thought they went to Howard. I don't know where I got this from, but
No.
whatever. For their 10-year anniversary, 10-year reunion. Issa's supposed to be on a panel, but she don't even know the acronym for what her organization is called. I said, girl.
She said, I'm going to get it. Girl, she don't even know the last C.
She don't even know. It is, what is it called? Black Life, Opportunities, Culture, and Connection. But it took her a minute to even know what the last C was, like the block.
Girl,
Ma'am.
get it together. As the gang is all together, you still see there's some tension between Molly and Issa. Because I think they spoke about it. They spoke about it in the last season, but it's still in the space where it's just like, are we back? Not really. So
Yeah.
they're walking the campus, and I loved when Tiffany told Issa, like, we can all tell when you don't remember someone by your tone. And that's so real. Like when you don't know somebody, you're always like, hey girl. Hey! It's always because you're using the long hey to say, okay, who is this person? What is their name? You're trying to think.
Yep.
Hey!
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Person.
I can't even tell you how many times I have had full conversation with people I do not remember. And I'll act like I do. Just go with the flow, like, how have you been? Girl, it's been a minute. They're like, I saw you yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So as Issa's talking to someone she probably don't even know, Molly pulls Kelly to the side and kind of just asks her, like, how did you navigate your relationship with Tiffany, as far as like, because they gone through some stuff too, as all friendships do. Like, how did y'all get back to like where you are now? Kelly's like, listen, we've been fake back for a minute before we were back. So it just takes time. She tell her not to force it, which I think Molly does a lot of. She tries to force things and just doesn't let it flow. And
Yeah.
this is more of a let it flow type of person. Molly doesn't know how to just let things happen. She's always like going to try to control it, so she's trying. She's like, all right, you know what, let me just take a step back and see what happens between me and Issa.
I think she's this way because she always strives for like perfection, and it's like nothing is perfect, girl. You just have to let things be.
Things take work, okay? And it's okay.
Why in the little brochure that they had, they done killed our girl Kelly.
She gone. She went on to glory. She gone to glory. How do you do that? Like, first of all, who told you? Who said she was dead?
They asked Issa for a quote, and she did not know why.
She was like, oh, Kelly just be Kelly. Why? At what point do you say, why would they ask me for a quote? People don't be thinking. Like, what? I wouldn't know how to feel. I would feel like, am I that invisible? People think I'm dead.
Why is because she was like not really on social media?
I think she was off the grid. So they're like, oh, she dead. They didn't check references. They didn't try to contact her. It's like, oh, she gone. Okay. Wow. And no one seems to care that sis is in fact alive.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Good.
They go to a little reunion party later on, and they have like a memoriam for her on the screen, and it says she always had the best stanky leg and always carried a purse. Who wants to be remembered for that?
Who is this the legacy that I left for myself? Because that bitch made me think, like, because what are people going to say about me? Because I love the chicken head. Is that what y'all going to say? She loved the chicken head. She loved some poop earrings.
She had a mean chicken.
She had a mean chicken head.
You didn't want to battle her.
You didn't want no smoke when she got on the scene. No. Like, that's not what you want to be remembered for. And a purse? A purse.
What does that mean? Don't we all have a purse?
Is that not normal?
She always had a purse.
Oh, that girl had a purse. She had a purse.
R.I.P. She always had a purse.
aided
What?
and abetted. What? So she's really like, okay, this is what people remember about me, but you know what? Okay. She kind of makes fun of it. They all, do the stinky leg for RP for Kelly. Let's do the stinky leg for her.
They don't take us serious. That's the sad part. They don't take us
But the
serious.
thing about
Like,
it,
as much as she jokes, like, this is her
yeah,
life.
yeah. And she's right here. I'm here. No one cares. We're just gonna stinky leg for me. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, no one fought for her. They're like, why is my friend on the screen?
Nobody.
And she's actually alive.
She's right here. Oh, these people are different. They run into an old friend, Cheyenne, who's like the life of the party type, real fun, real crazy. Before that or after that, we see Molly, who's with the guys, laughing, kikiing. It gets quiet, and then all of a sudden, Derek's like, "Omari's divorced," and they leave. I'm like, "Who the heck is Omari? Who is this? Where'd he come from?" They have a moment. It turns out that this is Omari.
This is Amari.
This is Omari. Everyone, this is him. So I was like, okay, got it. They have a moment, and they used to be friends with benefits back in the day, but nothing like serious,
Right.
But I guess for him, like he wants that old thing back because he's successful in life. Molly's kind of like, that was cute back then, but I don't know.
Did she even remember him like that?
She remember him.
He had the audacity to say, oh, they've been trying to get us alone, so, you don't let me go again. Come again?
Men be having the audacity. Who are you?
What was that?
What are you saying? What?
Madness.
It's been 4 seasons. No, Derek has never said like, "Oh, Molly, you need to get back with Omari." No one's been trying, sir. Nobody cares.
Like, recently divorced, so he wants to see if he still got it, I guess.
Molly's kind of trying to figure out if this could be a thing. Like throughout the episode, she's also trying to question like, do I want to get back with him, or do I want to explore this? He's been blowing her up. He wants to see what's going on, but it's like a lot. Like, you just got divorced, sir. Have a seat.
Yeah. And Molly, like, every time a man gives her attention, she wants to know, should I? You don't have to say yes to every single guy.
But she's at that point, and let's really talk about it. Like, when you hit your 30s, you're kind of like, you don't want to settle, but it's like, am I being too picky? It's so many questions. But she shouldn't give every guy a chance unless you really see it. But when it's like a mind thing. As you get older, you're just kind of like, I don't want to be single forever. Maybe I'll give him a chance. It's like, no, girl, you don't have to.
No, because if it feels like that's already, it feels like that's a lot of work. I see the potential. Like, come on. If it's not there, it's not
There
there.
you go. Say a lot for people in the back because people don't be understanding.
So the next day, y'all know, like, Issa, she loves to talk to herself in the mirror. So when she goes to the bathroom, she sees college Issa. And college Issa is really like, what is my life about to become? Like, how did I get from this to that?
Like, she's like, let me see those abs. Oh, what happened?
Body not together, coordination is off, no real career, no man.
College is like, oh, what happened? You fell off. What happened to you? Okay. And that made me think, like, what would you say to your college self?
Do I even remember her?
Who is she? Right? What was she about?
Her body was together.
Talk about her body.
But she didn't have the confidence in herself.
No confidence. None.
I definitely would have told her, push yourself out of your comfort zone, because I still struggle with that today, where it's like I'm kind of like Molly in the sense where I will overthink something and talk myself out of it, and then just see opportunities pass me by, and then just be like thinking about it, and it's like, now I got to move on to the next thing. But that's hard to move on from, because I'm still thinking like, I shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yep. That's real. For me, stop eating. I would have told my college self, stop eating. You're not gonna like it when you're older.
You had energy, so the food was fueling your energy.
Yes, that was a more energetic time. I would say I'm like Issa in the sense of just like kind of doubting yourself when it's like you have great ideas. You can do anything you set your mind to, but then you kind of doubt yourself like, oh, I can't do it. No, it's too much work. No, it's too hard. Even when you do something successful and you have to, keep going, it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I have let certain things like bring me down when it's like, you shouldn't. Like, I have to like talk to myself like, girl, you got this going on. You got this going going on. Like, you're popping.
Yeah.
It's okay to
Yeah.
give yourself those props.
Yeah, that's something that I struggle with
Yes.
too. Like congratulating myself. Like that's what I try to do to myself now. Like in my 30s is like you completed this, girl. Give yourself a drink.
Yes.
Go buy yourself something. Take care of yourself.
Yes.
When I was younger, I definitely was just like that ain't really nothing to be like proud of. Like that's nothing. But now looking back, it's like that was a big deal. Like because not a lot of people are doing that.
Exactly. Say as far as dating, go on those dates, girl. Go on those dates. Stop being scary. Stop being shy. Like, cut it out because it's different. Like, back in the day, the guys would be outside. They're like, oh, what's up? What's up? Now they're like, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I wish I had the confidence
mhm.
that this new generation has
Yeah.
when it came to dating multiple men the way that these new girls be like, give me money or leave me alone.
Right, I'm not about that life. Yeah.
I'm not about that life. I would be like just sitting at the dinner table, just oh my god, I don't know what to do, what to say. Like I hope he likes me.
Cut it out. Stop being shy. Cut it out. That's what I would tell her.
Yeah.
I am proud of her. Everything my college self has
Yeah, me
done to now. We got to be proud of ourselves.
Speaking of self-doubt, Issa, she's on this panel and she is feeling like a phony because everyone else on this panel called Finding Your Path, they all seem to be like expert in their craft, but for me, panels, I'm not here for.
They just be talking, chatting, and using, like, what are you saying? What does that even mean?
What are we talking about?
What's the topic? They just like to say words and talk in circles and piggyback on things and just like, shut up.
Yeah.
I can't, like, being on a panel is just as bad as being in a group interview. I'm just like, what are you?
Everyone's trying to like one up each other and make it seem like they're so accomplished.
If I'm on the panel, I want to go last. Like, let me see what y'all talking about. Okay, so this is what I want to say.
But even that makes you like start thinking, overthinking. Like I don't even know how to answer that question. What the hell are you talking about?
But when you go first, let's say you go first, and then a person next to you answers better than you, you're kind of like, dang, I should have said that. Dang, oh, that answer was good. Oh man, I sound stupid. Like you just be in your head regardless.
Yeah, and I feel like panelists are always trying to say these quotes that get them like the biggest applause, and it's like, shut up, man.
And Issa was real. She was honest.
She was super honest. Like I don't even know if I'm on the right path.
She did. Mm-hmm. She did. I could wake up tomorrow and say, "What was all this for? This is wrong. You made a wrong turn." And which is real. You don't know. You don't know. For me, am I on the right path? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I went to school for fashion. Mm-hmm. Always had a love for events. So I started my own event company. But am I supposed to be a fashion show producer? I don't know.
Nobody knows. Like I'm very envious of those who know what their path is very early on, or when they find it. It's just like, damn, when am I gonna know my path? Mm-hmm. I don't know, because I also went to school for fashion merchandising. Then I switched over to marketing. I work in tech. Like what? How did we get here?
But it's really crazy how just like your path just unrolls itself. Mm-hmm. How one thing could affect another and just lead you into a world that you didn't even know you would be in. That is life. One decision after one decision affects, everything.
That should be the answer for every panel.
Yeah.
Like, life.
What do you think about this? Life. You just gotta life. And everybody's gonna clap. That's life. Good. That's deep.
Yeah. That's real.
It's just life. The answer has so much, but it's nothing at the same time. So, I think this panel also opened Issa's eyes to certain things about her life that maybe she wants to change, maybe she wants to do. Like, it messed with her. It messed with her head, this panel. So Molly and Issa are talking. They decide to have like a little, let's chill and have some drinks. So Molly is tripping off on Mari, but she just really be in her head. Like, she's thinking so negative, overanalyzing. And she's like, girl, calm down. Forget about this man. Like, you didn't even know this man existed until you came back here. You forgot about him. Leave him there.
For all you know, he could have been in that brochure in the memoriam. For all you were not thinking about.
He could have been on the page after Kelly. You don't know. Come on. You know, as Issa's venting about the panel, Molly actually gave her props, like, which I thought was nice. I feel like the last season's Molly kind of belittled Issa. Like, even when Issa first shared her idea about the block party, Molly was kind of like, "You still doing that little thing?" You know, when black people call something little, it's like, like she never really, really, really supported her. So it was nice to see her get props. Like, you know, you did good. You was honest. You was really. You have a whole entire company. You made a company. Like, that's big. But Issa don't see it that, like, she knows it's a big deal, but at the end of the day, like, everything is still out of her control. She's like, I'm still managing dusty apartments. I still doing Lyft, a relationship, like nothing. And I do that too, where you focus on all the bad and not the good. Like, you still have good things going on, girl. So celebrate those small wins. Celebrate that. Celebrate it, girl.
So they all head to a party, and Issa, Cheyenne, and Molly decide to go into the liquor store.
Cheyenne.
Yes. Cheyenne knew exactly what liquor store to go into. So when they come out, this guy holds them up with the gun, and you know he starts robbing them. Yeah. Cheyenne put on the performance of her life. Oscar worthy performance.
Oscar, okay. Angela Bassett, who?
To the point where he said her name, and it was like, skirt, hold up, what?
Down, Shy. They said Shy. She was looking like that meme of that girl in the court when she got caught cheating. She was like, okay, well, but you can talk. Give me them shoes. Yeah. How you do that?
She's like, it's nothing personal. Like, we're equal opportunity robbers. Like, everybody can get it.
It's changed. She's so hype about it. Give me them shoes, girl. She said, Issa, you can keep those.
Because Issa got upset more than Molly did and was like, here. And she said, I don't want those things.
What am I doing with those? I can't do nothing with those. Like, what? What? Oh my God. Like, wow. They was kikiing all episode, reminiscing about their days, and you set us up and rock. Like, what? I wouldn't have gave her nothing because I know who you are. I'm telling the police.
But he had a gun, so.
She wasn't going to shoot nobody.
You never know.
That's true too.
Mind you, earlier I had mentioned, like, didn't y'all have a falling out with this girl? And what was the real reason?
No one knows. No one remembers. And then Issa's like, I forgot I didn't like her. Yes, she's trash. She's trash.
She's trash. She ain't changed.
It's changed. That's it.
Yeah, so when they got back to the car and they tell Kelly and Tiff, they don't believe them. They was like, girl, bye.
Wait, what?
And then they noticed that Molly ain't got no shoes on.
And they just had to laugh at it because it's crazy. Like, it's one of those moments, it's so crazy. All I can do is laugh. There's nothing else that we can do. Like, what the crap? Like, what? We just got robbed. And it was cute that they haven't laughed like that in forever.
That definitely brought them back together because before they were fake back. Now they back.
They back. So they go out to breakfast and they have their own memorial for Kelly. Their own, they given her flowers. She was a great friend because early in the car she was mad because she felt like everything was a joke. Like, what is gonna be my legacy? All y'all think about is I'm joking. I'm never serious. Then Molly brings up Amari again because apparently this guy is looking for her. It's just like, girl, you wasn't tripping on him then. You're not tripping now. Move forward. We see a clip of Kelly. She has the podcast. Shout out to her. Serious podcast. And she starts to ask a question like, how would you want to be remembered? What would you want to leave behind? This whole trip definitely put things into perspective for Issa. You know, we see Lawrence. He picks her up from the airport. And it's some awkwardness. And I was confused. I'm like, I thought y'all was good. Like, what's going on?
I forgot about him.
You was forgetting about somebody. Hey, you. So Issa's like, I had some time to think. And he's like, yeah. And the episode ends.
No. Circle back. I thought he was about to get some. Because he was like, shall we?
Should we go up?
Like, let's go back since you ain't been here in a minute. She was like, about that.
If you could just go home, that would be great. So she had a lot to think about.
Thanks for the
And we got a lot to think about. So let's get into our question, comments, and concerns. And we also like to call it the writer's room because we got some things to rewrite. Let's go. Okay, so first question I have is, who's taking care of the baby? How much is child support? What's going on? Where's the baby? Where's canola oil? What's going on?
It's only been 2 months.
Did it say 2 months?
Esther.
So I guess I'm assuming this is what she has to think about. Like, you know, do I want to date this guy who has a baby on the way? Is this the legacy I want to leave behind? A stepmom? I don't know. Is this what I want in my life?
That's
good. Yeah.
Especially Because in a lot of relationships where the guy has a child and then, he dates another woman, it's almost like he expects this woman to help him with the baby. If, like, it's on, like, if he has the baby on his days, like, and a lot of times, like, the girlfriend will take care of the child while he goes out to hang out with his friends or while he goes out to work. And it's like, do I want to be doing this? This is not my kid.
I don't know. I never dated a guy with a kid, but I've seen my friends do it, and I feel like it depends on the relationship. I seen like the guy who, when it's their weekend, they stay with the kids, but like as time goes by and their relationship gets stronger, then the girlfriend would step in because they feel like that's my kid too at that point. But you gotta want it. You gotta be down for that. Yeah. Would you date a guy with kids?
No.
Really?
No, I would not. Because I don't want kids.
Oh,
So I don't want to be mothering the child, especially one that's not mine. And God forbid, he and I don't work out. Then I got attached to this kid. It's like, all
I got
right,
attached
Joe.
to this kid. Look at you.
Would you?
Yeah, I don't mind as long as it's not something where it's like some drama involved, or like if I meet you on Monday, you said, "Oh, my baby's being born on Friday." That's a lot. Like, go take care of your kid. The kid has to have a little age
Yeah.
in them.
Why?
Why are you in my face? You have to make bottles.
That to me is another thing. Like, honestly, I wouldn't want to date a man that has a kid because it's like, whenever that kid is with you, like, I want you to be with your child the entire time. Don't even think about me. Like, worry about your kid.
Mm-hmm. But it's just crazy because as we get older, as we're in our 30s, it's almost becoming inevitable. Like, these guys are making babies, and most of them have them. But not to say all of them, but it's like it's more common for a guy to have kids at 30 plus. It's something to think about.
That's true.
So I respect Issa and her decision. She loved Lawrence, but do I want this? Molly, I don't care if you date Amari. I don't care for this man. He can go. So stop bringing him up.
I'm proud of her for not falling into that pattern of entertaining a man just because he gave you attention or he made it known that he's into you, and kind of going back into that pattern of overthinking things too much. Like, I like that Issa finally told her, like, sis, why are you pressed about this man who did not exist until
Yeah,
yesterday?
like what? What do you think about him for? You never was pressed.
For why?
Yeah.
Issa had told her, like, I used to love that back in the day we're not pressed about a guy. Like, you would just go with the flow and keep it pushing. And Molly had mentioned, like, that's because at that time I thought I had all the time in the world. And I'm like, since when did she put a clock on her life? Like,
You can do
what do you
so
call
much
this?
in your 30s. Like, stop. We have to stop doing that. Like, thinking everything's like a time bomb.
Do you think that Molly is the type that would settle simply because it comes off like she wants that, like, husband, and does she want husband and children? Does she want that?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think she would
So you think
settle
she'll be the type?
because she's the type to cut. That's something that Issa called her out on. She'll cut a guy off in a minute. Oh, I didn't like that, so I'm not talking to him no more. Like, and that's a pattern of hers too. So I don't think she'll settle, but I just hope that she finally gets something real this season. Like, please give our girl some love.
Yeah, I was watching it on my TV, aka the laptop, and in the wind down at the end of the episode, the director had mentioned, like, "Oh, you ruining everyone's joy," and Issa's like, "Whose joy?" And she said, "America's joy." I was never on Team Lawrence, so I don't know what America she speaks.
I was with it. Like, last season, it showed their relationship in a whole new light, and I loved it.
So you think that Issa made the right decision in getting back with him?
I didn't mind it. She was happy. She told him that he made her happy. They were happy. They really loved each other. They were together for 5 years. Like I said, they grew and they had to change. Themselves now are better for each other.
Do you think she made the right decision in breaking it off
It's
with
too
him?
soon to tell. It's too soon to tell. I cannot. It was for
Okay.
her. If this is what she feels she needs to do, I support it. Everybody don't want that stepmom life. It's a lot. But we'll see. I'm excited
We shall
that
see.
we're doing this show. I can't wait. Episode 2, we'll get more in depth. We'll be some tweets from you guys. There'll be some questions, comments, concerns. You could DM us at Seriously Podcast, SERIESLY Podcast on Instagram, or you can tweet us using the hashtag Seriously Insecure. Use that hashtag. Get that rolling. We'll be back next week with another episode. Bye, guys.